Hello and welcome to Thursday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic on a beautiful day here in the UK. I have my window open. There may be a small amount of bird noise in the background. It's the first time this year I've been able to open my window, and it's 19 degrees outside, which is just unheard of at this time of year. Anyway, look, this is the puzzle we're going to try in today's video. It's a puzzle that I think most of you will not have seen before. It's by none other than Marty Sears, and it's called Parity Fish. And the reason many of you won't have seen this before is that this is the result of a project that we've been working on for some months now, and it's something that I want to talk to you about in today's video. And I'm hoping that you'll find it even a scintilla as interesting as we do. And it's on the topic of AI. So let me take you back a few months. We were approached by one of the sort of geniuses of the AI world, somebody who was responsible, or partly responsible, for ChatGPT, which I'm sure most of you have heard of. And apparently the T part of ChatGPT, which is the transformer part, was considered particularly revolutionary. And one of the people behind that sort of innovation was Llion Jones. And Llion left Google, as I think most of the people who were responsible for the transformer part of ChatGPT did, to set up a company and that would focus on AI and AI innovation. And that company is called Sumanta AI, and they are based in Japan. And Llion contacted us because one of the things he's most interested in is getting AIs to think better. And you may say, well, how does that work? And that would be a great question, and it's a question I had no clue about. And one of the ways it was explained to me is, I think in the early iterations of ChatGPT, you could ask ChatGPT for the name of Tom Cruise's mother, and ChatGPT would tell you that Mary Lee Pfeiffer is the name of Tom Cruise's mother. And with your next question, you could say to ChatGPT, and who is Mary Lee Pfeiffer's son? And it wouldn't know. So that is, in a sort of nutshell, epitomizes. I mean, I think now AI has moved on a bit, and the two things, or the later models can all answer that question. But it gives you an insight into how very little reasoning is done by these models. And anyway, Llion approached us with the rather brilliant idea. I do think that this is a brilliant idea, of wondering whether modern Sudoku puzzles could be the key to it all. And rather flatteringly, Llion also wanted to look at our videos, because the thought was, well, if you could train AIs on how humans think, by showing them how humans think, they might get better at it. And so Llion was thinking about, well, where are examples of humans doing thinking? And and I mean, there are some examples out there, but both Mark and I, obviously, although are we human? Some of you have joked about that before. I do insist I still am a human. No, but we do think about puzzles from scratch every day in these videos, and we sort of talk through our thought processes, and so that there is the thing that we have been working on with Llion is, can you create AIs that can think better as a result of training them on the way that the two of us think? Well, let us know your thoughts on that. Let us know your thoughts on that. Now, the other, I suppose, fascinating thing that results from that exercise is, how do you test how well AIs are thinking? And back in the day, the Turing test was the big idea, and that, I think, has evolved into things like the ARC challenge, or you may be aware of things like AlphaGo and DeepMind, wrestling with chess and things like that. But Sudoku, well, actually, Sudoku is very much harder, because the rules, every one of our puzzles has different rules, some of which are lunacy. some of which really are terribly, terribly difficult. And if you have to create an AI that can read the rules and understand the rules, and then formulate a plan to actually tackle the puzzle in a human way, that is a very, very significant challenge. And yeah, I mean, I'm so proud to be involved at all in this, even sort of tangentially. But yesterday, Llion was at the NVIDIA conference in San Jose, and was suggesting a sort of new benchmark for testing AIs. And what's the benchmark? Well, it's a series of sort of specially selected, very difficult variant Sudoku puzzles. I mean, they start off easy, and then the benchmark sort of gradually ramps them up. So at the top end, you've got stuff like Tiger. Hang on, have I got Tiger on my screen? Stuff like this that took me 3.5 hours. And at the more modest end, I mean, because I want to show you that later, because Sakana is a Japanese company. Nikkei have provided some of their most difficult classic Sudokus to be part of the benchmarking exercise. And the idea is that, is it possible to train AIs so that they can solve these puzzles, not only so that they can, fill the grid with numbers and say, oh, that's the unique solution, but can they solve them in a human way? And that's already difficult, or it's already impossible, frankly, for even the hard Nikkei classic Sudokus that might involve a swordfish or a strange X-wing or something like that. If you plug those into Sudoku solvers, they will often come up with very, very peculiar ways of solving them that have nothing to do with how a human being would intuit a solution. And could you make an AI that was able to see it the way a human sees it? And yeah, so Llion yesterday at the NVIDIA conference, I've got a little bit of footage here. I don't know if it'll work, but you can sort of see this is Sakana training its neural nets, I believe, on some of the actions that we've been taking. I love that picture. And trying to, oh, I clicked on the wrong tab there. And yeah, so that is what is being suggested now. So this little tiny world of variant Sudoku that we all sort of know and love, well, it may just prove to be a testing ground for some of these new models. And wouldn't that be fascinating? Imagine if there was a way, and some people are saying that this is possible, that you could interact with an AI, or there could be an AI me or an AI Mark, where the AI could solve these puzzles, having not seen them before, and just through having its neural net trained on such things in the past. I find it hard. I do find it very hard to believe. But if it was achievable, it would be incredible. It would be absolutely incredible. Anyway, so that's the question. And I know that there are loads of people out there who watch this channel who are so gifted intellectually, so many computer programmers, so many people in AI. If this floats your boat, if this sounds interesting to you, do get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments what you think. Yeah, maybe there is a story to come off the back of this whole exercise. Now, I've got some other things to talk about before we get into solving the puzzle. So let me do that quickly. Imagine an AI. I'm going to talk about yesterday's puzzle, Sumanta's puzzle. I'm going to show you a trick that some of you spotted, but Sumanta got in touch with us to say that the trick to this puzzle, which I did manage to solve, and I did do it in a human way. But imagine if an AI could look at this and detect the following principle that exists in this puzzle. I'm only going to do this quickly, and this is a spoiler, so if you don't want to know about yesterday's puzzle, don't look away now. 5 rows. The first 2 columns, the final 3 columns. So undoubtedly the collection of digits in blue and orange are the same. Therefore, delete any overlaps and still blue and orange will be the same. The digits along a palindrome are going to be equivalent, so we can cut them out, and still blue and orange are the same. You've got that box there, that must contain the same digits as that box there, so they're the same, and boom. That is why at the end of yesterday's video I was intrigued to note that the blue digits and the orange digits were sort of equivalent to one another. Well, I could have proved that in 10 seconds had I spotted those 2 set relationships. I do not blame myself for not spotting that. I think that that is quite hard to see. But this would have been very helpful to solving the puzzle. And if an AI could ever do that quickly, well, I would be jolly, jolly impressed. Now, other things to mention, just quickly. We're going to see some of you in Oxford tomorrow. We're looking forward to that. We're going to Magdalen College for this word conference, and we're going to do a live edition of our cryptic crossword masterclass. So it should be great. I'm really looking forward to it. I absolutely loved doing the Sudoku one of these in Stratford last year. But this is the first crossword one we've done, so hopefully see some of you there. And I'm just going to say a couple of happy birthdays to Esther, who's turned 50. Your husband Jerome wrote to us and said that a suitable cake has been ordered from your favourite bakery, Esther. So enjoy that. And I gather there's some CTC related things in the post as well, so happy birthday. Jake, you've turned 24, and I know this because your friend Jack down there in South Australia wrote to us, and he's going to ensure you get plenty of chocolate cake, so enjoy that. Now we'll go over to Canada and say happy birthday to Katrina from your husband Daniel. I know the 2 of you both watch, so thank you for doing that, and I hope you have a great birthday today, Katrina. And then finally, we'll go to Nevada, where Kyle, it's your birthday today, and I know this because your wife Krista wrote to us, and apparently a birthday surprise is planned that may involve puzzles and a berry pie. I gather you don't like chocolate cake, so what berry pie? Blueberry pie would be absolutely fine. Anyway, Kyle, many happy returns. And with that said and done, let's turn our attention to Parity Fish by Marty Sears. Why does this puzzle look like this? Well, let me show you. This is the logo for Sakana, and there is the fish. And Marty has been kind enough to create this puzzle, which apparently is quite approachable and very, very appropriate for today. And these are the rules. We've got normal Sudoku rules apply. Now that means we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. 2 cells adjacent along a red line must contain 1 even digit and 1 odd digit. So look at that domino there. One of those cells is even, one of those cells is odd. One of these cells is even, one of these cells is odd, etc. You get the idea. 2 cells connected by a white dot contain consecutive digits. So if this square here was a 2, this square is either 1 or 3 to be consecutive with the 2. And 2 cells connected by a black dot contain digits where 1 is double the other. So let's look at this one. If that's a 2, then this is either a 4, because 4 is double 2, or it's a 1, because 2 is double 1. And they are all of the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now, I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now, let's get cracking. How shall we get cracking? Let me just do a quick look at the fish, the parity fish. So all of those cells are the same parity, and the corollary of that is that all of those cells are going to be the same parity. What colour should we choose? Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Purple and green. So can we see anything there? I mean, what I'm trying to do is to think about the fact that in a Sudoku puzzle, which obviously has the digits 1 to 9 in it, there are 4 even digits and 5 odd digits. So like in this box, if green was even, then because, yeah, okay, maybe it's just worth pointing out something incredibly fatuous, but an AI might not think about it this way. But any white dot in this puzzle, or white dotted domino, must contain an even and an odd digit, because those digits are consecutive, and two consecutive digits are always going to have one even and one odd. So if green was even, these would both be odd. No, okay, not this box. This box is where we should look. And the reason I say that is I'm just going to use that principle that we've talked about with this domino. Look, 1 domino, 2 domino, 3 domino. So within those 6 cells, there are 3 even digits, definitely. So how could purple be even? If purple's even, there are 5 even digits in this box, and after we use 2, 4, 6 and 8, we're going to struggle to find another one. There won't be another one without repeating an even digit. So purple is odd, and I meant to use, therefore, orange for it, because those begin with the same letter, and that's how we roll on Cracking the Cryptic. We're that simple in terms of our creature habits. Right. Okay, so there's another thing I'm seeing now about a black dotted relationship. So let's think about it. We know that 1 digit on a black dot is double the other. So at least 1 digit on a black dot must be even. Because it's going to be 2 times the other digit. So this is odd, so that must be even. This is therefore odd. This one is even, because there's only 1 even on here, and there must be 4 evens in the box. And okay, well, at least, okay, we've started it, but we can carry on. Look at box 2 now. I've got 2 evens, and I know each white dotted domino will contain 1 even digit. So all 4 evens are in those 6 cells. So these are both odd. This is, oh, this is odd because it's just on a dot. That's even because it's just on a dot. Oh, there's going to be, okay, there's another one there. Look, that's got to be odd. That's got to be even. Oh, and the logic we were thinking about in box 4 applies, doesn't it? There's going to be an even on that white dot, so both of these are odd. We've almost got, oh, that's even. Using the principle we established here, there must be an even, at least 1 even on every black dot. Okay, right, look at the central row of the puzzle. This domino must have an even digit on it. So the 4 even digits in the row are in those squares, and all of these are odd, and now these must be even. Now column 6, we've got all the evens, so that's odd. This is very nice, Marty. Very nice. Now, oh yes, look at the top here as the magpie chatters outside. We've got 3 evens. There must be a 4th even there, so this has got to be odd. So this is 1 of each. Look at column 3. We've got 4 odds, and we know that a white dot must contain an odd. That's all 5 odds for this column. So that top digit's even, therefore this is odd. There's got to be an even digit on this top domino. That's all 4 evens for column 1. So these are all odd. Therefore that's even. I've completely coloured box 4 now. Now, there's at least 1 even there. There could be 2. Because if it's, say, 2, 4, then obviously both of those cells will be even. This square is odd, because there must be an even here, and that's going to make 4 evens for box 1. So that's odd. Right, so this is 1 of each. This I'll make it purple. That purple domino there has got 1 even and 1 odd in it. That's got 1 even and 1 odd in it, but we can see that because it's white dotted. That's got 1 even and 1 odd in it, because that's necessary for box 8. Now, can we? Yes, we can. Row 7. this domino must contain an even digit. That's all 4 evens for the row, so that final digit is odd. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 odds for sure. It feels like it's getting a bit harder now, actually. I'm not immediately seeing what I have to do. We might have to start thinking about numbers then. I think I'm going to start with these cells. And that's because if you're thinking about an odd digit that is on a black dot, it must be a 1 or a 3. And the reason for that is, let's imagine we were trying to put another odd digit on a black dot, 5, 7 or 9. Well, 5, 7 and 9, if you halve those digits, you don't get an integer, so that won't work. And if you double them, you don't get Sudoku digits. 10, 14 and 18 are too big to go into a Sudoku. So there are no 5s, 7s or 9s ever on black dots in Sudoku puzzles, unless the rules are different. So these squares have all got to be 1s and 3s. And they're always going to be next to 2s and 6s across their dot. So there is now a 2, 6 pair in box 1, which means these two squares... Whoa, no, what? That square's got to be a 4 or an 8. That's definitely odd. So we don't know about that one yet. Now. Okay, so now I'm stuck. That's bad. I really, really do not want to get stuck on this puzzle. Let me think about this. That digit is not 1 or 3. Yes, there we go. Actually, that's fine. This cell is where we look now. Row 4, column 9. Because by oddness, it's 5, 7 or 9. Therefore, it can't possibly ever be consecutive with 2, can it? So this must be 6. This is not 9. This must be 3. So this is 1. That goes on a dot with a 2. That makes this a 6, this a 3. Now, if that's 4, that has to be 5 then. If it's 8, this is 7 or 9. There's a 4 or an 8 on there, therefore there's a 4. Whatever that digit is, the even digit, that's going to be in those squares. And those squares. 3, maybe, in this box, has to be in one of 2 positions. Okay, I'm stuck again. Oh dear. 6 is... Oh, okay, yeah. 6 in box 5 is in one of those 2 cells. So 6 in box 4 is on that cell. So this can't be 3 anymore. It wouldn't be consecutive with 6. So that's 3. 3 lives in one of those cells. This digit is 5 or 7 in order to be consecutive. 3 in box 7 could be in the corner, I'm noting. If 3 was here, this would be a 2-4 pair. That would be 2, that would be 4 definitely, because of this 2 in row 3, column 2. Oh, no, not 3. Why don't I look at 6? That's much better. Where's 6 in box 7? It's got to be in the even cell. So it's there, and that's definitely not consecutive with 3. And that means that's 3 in the corner, that's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. So this has got to be 5 or 7. And then this can't go back to 6, can it? So this is 4 or 8. I've got a 5-7 pair in this box. And, well, what's going on then? So 2 in box 7 is in one of those 3 positions. What is the nature of this black dot? It can't be a 4-8 pair, and it can't be a 3-6 pair. as Maverick flies over on a beautiful day. It's so it's from one. It's either a 1-2 pair or a 2-4 pair, but crucially, it has 2 on it, doesn't it? So that's got to be the 2. Now, well, this cell can't be a 3 because 3's gone in the corner, so that must be a 1. So this goes 1, 2, and it doesn't go down to 1 again. That would repeat the 1, although that would obey the black dot rule. 1, 1, 2 is interesting because it can work in terms of the rules on a white dot and a black dot, but here we can't repeat the 1, so that must be 4. That must be 8 now. So this is 7. This is 5. And these squares are a 5-9 pair, but we don't have any dots to... we don't... Oh, no, we don't. I was thinking maybe I could use parity, but I can't. All of these are now definitely orange. Okay. Alright, so where do we look now, do you think? 5, 7, 9... Yeah, this cell's got all the options in the world. That's rather surprising. Maybe we look... No, that doesn't work. I was going to say maybe we look at Sudoku, but Sudoku is a fair-weathered friend. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it really doesn't want to listen. What? Oh, I see. No, it's easier. Where's 1 in box 1? I can't put 1 on the dot, because if I do, it'll have to go with 2, which is definitely not on the dot. So 1 goes here. And now, oh, this is lovely. So now the odd digit on this white dot is a 9. So what's the even digit that must be consecutive with it? Well, that's going to be 8, which makes this 4, which must go next to 5, which places the 5, places the 9, places the 7 in column 2. That's now an 8. So these two squares are 2 and 4. And these two squares are 7 and 9. And do we know that one yet? No. This is a 2-4 pair by the fact we've already got 6 and 8 here. So this digit is 1 or 5 only. Because 3 has been hypothecated to this cell, so the digit between the 2 and the 4 can't go in this cell, so it is extreme and it's not 5. Right, so it's 1, 2, 4. So we now know the 3 middle digits of the puzzle. 3, 7 and 9 is what they are, which means those squares are a 1-5 pair, and we know the order. Lovely. It's very clever of Marty, isn't it, to take something in a pre-existing picture, i.e. the Sakana AI logo, and convert it into a puzzle. That is gifted. Right, so no, that doesn't work. Okay, the even digit on here is 8 now. So to be consecutive with 8, the odd digit is going to be 7 or 9. That's a 7, 8, 9 triple now, which means that digit's a 5 because we need to put an odd digit here, and it can't be 7, 9, 1 or 3, so it's 5 going with 7. 7 and 9 go in here. So this is now an 8-9 pair. And oh, I don't know what to do with that. 8 is up here, is all I think I know as a result of that exercise. Right, what is... Well, yeah, what's this black dot? It's not 1, 2, it's not 2, 4, it's not 3, 6, so it must be 4, 8, and that's the only other black dot pair available. That fixes the 8 and the 9. We're certainly going to preserve our parity shadings, so we'll do all of those. Okay, so that digit's a 9. It's got to be consecutive with 8, and it can't be 7. That makes that 9 by Sudoku. One of these is a 4, but I don't think I know which one. If that was a 4, this would be 3 or 5. This could be 8 if it's even, couldn't it? If that's 8, that has to be 7. I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, hang on. Look at column 8. All of the even digits are placed, so everything else in the column is odd, and that means that's even, which means this is 2 or 6. And that's beautiful. If it's 6, that has to be 5 or 7. It can be neither. So this is 2. This is a 1 or a 3. These squares are now a 4-6 pair. And that might be helpful if I could see what we were meant to do with it. Oh no, I'm not spotting it. Sorry. Okay, where should we look now then? 3? No, 3 can be in lots of positions. 1? 1 can't be in a great many positions in box 9. Only a couple, so probably worth pencil marking. 2, 4. This is 2, 4 or 8, isn't it? I can't quite see where to look next. This has either got 6 or 8 on it. If it's 6, it's 6, 7. Oh, it's not 6, 7. Ah, okay. So this white dot is probably where we look now. You can see it can't have 2 or 4 on it, so it's even digit. It's either 6, but if it was 6, it would have to be here. And this digit would need to be 5 or 7 and could be neither. So this has got 8 on it, along with 7 or 9, but definitely 8. And that can't be 7, look, by Sudoku. Whoops. Why can't... Oh, I see, I had it on the wrong setting. That's why I couldn't take that digit out. Oh, where's 6 in box 9? The answer is in a very useful place. It's there, which displaced the 1, so that's now even. These squares are both odd. Now, that must tell us what this is. Yeah, that's even, look, in order to make sure we have enough even digits in row 8. So that's odd by the dint of the overall parity. So these are a 2-8 pair. And that's okay. So this digit is either linking 8 and 6 or 2 and 4. So it's either 3 or 7. And that's it's 3, isn't it? Because it's that digit by Sudoku. So that's 3, that's 3, that's 2, that's 4, that's 6, that's 8. This must be resolved somehow. Can't see how. Okay, let's look at those odd digits then. 3, 5 and 7. 3 comes out with chocolate teapotted, I think. Oh, but it takes 7 out of both of those squares. So this is now an 8-9 pair. So 1 has to go here by Sudoku. That's all... Yeah, these are all even digits, aren't they? So this is 2, 4 and 6, and that's not 4, that's not 6, and that's not 2. That's even, and it sees 2, 6 and 8, so it's 4. So that's 6, that's 2, that's 4. That's 6 by Sudoku, so this has got to be 5 because it can't be 7. That's fixing all these. By Sudoku, that's 8, 8, 9. Let's make sure we do the bluification where necessary. Yeah, the 8 and the 9 are done in box 1. So again, we can do a couple more even digits, a couple more odd digits. Right, so that's not 9, that's not 3. These digits at the bottom are 1, 5, 7, which means this is 7, this is 5, this is 1. That's still chocolate teapotted, apparently. No, but that's 7. There we go. 7, 3, 9, 7. The odd digit up here is 3, which must go with 2, so we know the order. We need a 1 in that box. We need a 9. We need an 8 in this box. This is a 2, 6 pair, so we know the order of that. That does the 2 and the 4, and then we get a 4 there. And all we've got to do is do those things, and we... Oh, no, don't be so premature. This is a 5, and this is a 7. And now we might have finished the puzzle. Beautiful, Marty. Very, very clever of you, as always. Let's see if it's right. Yes. And hardly anyone solved it. But I'm guessing a few more will have done soon. And perhaps even a few AIs. Let us know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. We enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.